We've had a couple of weeks now to really get stuck into Modern Warfare Zombies, and in that time, the Zombies community have found a ton of secrets and Easter eggs. Now, I've done my very best to compile everything discovered here in one handy video. So if you want to brush up on some MWZ and impress your friends with your deep zombies knowledge, this video is the place to be. So preparing to fight the hordes is an integral aspect of MWZ that likely takes the form of completing contracts to earn money, to upgrade your guns and buy those ever important perks. Well, you can skip part of that process because for almost every perk in the game, there's an Easter egg that can be completed one time per lobby to get it for free. Apart from Elemental Pop, apparently there's not one for that yet. If you want to get your hands on a free speed cola in MWZ, all you need to do is head to this location near Tanalov Outpost. Here you'll be able to find a statue of a bird with Mr. Peaks sitting on its beak. All you'll need is a vehicle, and then what you want to do is ramp over the statue. At which point you'll be rewarded with your free speed cola perk. Deadshot Daiquiri is a really handy perk in Modern Warfare Zombies, and if you want to get one for free, just head up to Abtor Academy. At the Academy, we can find Mr. Peaks sitting on the upper level. Now, in order to get the free perk, you'll need to have brought along a Semtex, and our goal is to throw the Semtex through the window by Mr. Peaks while standing on the grave below. It's pretty easy to do if you follow my lead, and once you manage to do it, you'll be rewarded with a free Deadshot Daiquiri perk. Jugger-Nog has always been one of the most important perks in Zombies, and you can get a free one in Modern Warfare Z, and it's probably the easiest Easter egg to do in the game. All you need to do is head to the Al Aboud condos, where you'll be able to find Mr. Peaks sitting at a small camp. So long as you've brought along a Molotov, all you do now is light the campfire and you'll receive your free Jugger-Nog perk. If Tombstone is the perk you're after and you just so happen to have a sniper rifle handy, you'll want to take a quick trip to the construction site at Al Dahir Estates. Here, on the roof, if we use the sniper to check out the crane in the distance, about 2/3 of the way up, we can spot Mr. Peaks. All you have to do is ping his location. Okay, maybe I should have given a jump scare warning for that one. But for all your suffering, you'll be rewarded with a free Tombstone perk, so it was all worth it in the end. Quick Revive is one of the most useful perks in MWZ, both solo and with a team. So if you want to grab one for free, just find yourself a fast vehicle like a quad bike and head to the highway near Al Sada village. On the highway sign, we can find Mr. Peaks. All we'll need to do from here is park the quad bike beneath him, and when you hear the laugh, race to the next set of road signs. Now you see, what I've gone and done here is gone the complete wrong direction, and you don't want to do that. So this time, if we actually head in the right direction, we'll cross the finish line, and as long as we're fast enough, we'll be rewarded with a Quick Revive perk for absolutely free. If you find yourself around Shaheen Manor, it may be worth stopping off quickly to get yourself a free PhD Flopper perk. This free perk is really easy to get, as all you need to do is head up to the rooftop of the manor, overlooking the swimming pool. Now, just dolphin dive off the roof into the pool. If you do this correctly, you'll be rewarded with a free PhD Flopper perk. Nearby MWZ's Quadri shopping centre, there's a large apartment building holding a secret. In the stairwell, you'll be able to find Mr. Peaks, who is here to reward us with a free Stamin-Up perk, but only if we can ascend the staircase within a certain amount of time. It's honestly not that hard to do. I even got myself stuck on a zombie on my way up, and I still managed to make it with enough time to spare. Once you do reach the top, if you have done it fast enough, you'll get your free Stamin-Up perk. Perhaps the hardest free perk to earn in Modern Warfare Zombies is found at Sorokin Industrial. At this location, there's a sculpture of 3 rings and a chimney stack that overlooks them. What you'll need to do is to climb to the very top of that nearby chimney stack and then parachute between all 3 rings in one go. Now, we don't have to do this perfectly, but you will need to make sure that you have enough momentum to pass through all of the rings without touching the ground.
I don't know why I was so worried. You had it under control.
If you do manage to do it, hopefully more gracefully than I did, you'll be rewarded with a free Depth Perception perk. So now you've got all the free perks you could ever need. So what's next? Well, it's perhaps a good idea, especially if you're playing solo, to get someone to watch your back. And thankfully, there's a solution for that. Getting yourself a friendly Hellhound companion in Modern Warfare Zombies is easily one of the best things to do in the game. Not only will they fight alongside you, distracting a large number of zombies, you can pet them, and they can even revive you when you go down. So how, I hear you asking, do you get one for yourself? Well, you'll need to collect chunks of flesh from dead zombies. These tend to spawn most frequently through explosive kills, fire kills, or headshots, but that can be unreliable at best. The good news is, if you're only interested in getting a level 1 Hellhound, you'll only need to find 1 chunk of flesh. Although, if you want a more powerful companion, the tier 2 requires 2 flesh, and the tier 3 requires a total of 4 chunks of flesh. Once you have all of the flesh you need, you'll then want to find yourself a doghouse. These are in set locations, but they do randomize every game. But they're not too hard to find, especially if you just keep your eye out for the black smoke that they emit. All you need to do now is just deposit the flesh into the doghouse, and you'll get to meet your very own friendly Hellhound. To make them even better, they all have names too. A few of the Hellhounds I've met personally are Lil Devil, Chubba, Cooper, Nuzzle Buttons, he's a personal favourite, Rowdy, and Rocket. But Rocket seems to be a little bugged. He did this to me twice, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Now we've got all the perks and a friendly Hellhound companion to protect us. All that's left, I guess, is a mode of transport. Hidden in the tier 2 zone is the Blood Burner. This ether-infused motorcycle randomly spawns within the yellow zone, so if you spot it, it's more than worth grabbing. The Blood Burner is easily the best vehicle in the game. For one, it has infinite fuel, so it's absolutely perfect for covering large distances. It also has a ton of health, barely taking any damage when running down tier 3 zombies. If all that isn't enough, it can drive directly on water, like a jet ski. If you haven't got this bike yet, you really want to go and give it a go. Okay, so we're all kitted out. You'll likely be exploring the tier 3 zone now. Well, while you're there, if you head over to the ruins in Seatown, you'll once again spot Mr. Peaks sat on a wall. This time though, he doesn't have a free perk for us, but is instead looking over a grave. Seemingly in reference to Advanced Warfare, you'll have the option to pay your respects. Now, what this will do is downgrade your current weapon, but give you back some of the resources you used to upgrade it. While that isn't that useful in-game, if you're about to exfil, that does mean that you can take out some of the resources that you would have otherwise lost. This is really one of those Easter eggs that's up to you whether you think it's worth it or not. Easily the most involved Easter egg in Modern Warfare Zombies can be found hidden below Shaheen Manor. Accessed either via a rappel in the manor itself, or by the cave near the lake, underneath the mansion is a network of secret tunnels. These tunnels hide a secret vault. This vault is filled with goodies that you'll no doubt want to get your hands on. But to unlock it, you'll need to defeat 3 boss mercenaries around the map and find a hidden transmitter. Each of which are indicated by a red light above the door and a piece on the chessboard beneath the window. Let's just start with the easiest piece. This can be found in a small hut in the northeast. Inside this hut, sat on the TV, will be a device that will let you send a transmission back to H7. Now, H7 is also known as the vault, so once we've done that, we can move on to the second transmitter. I haven't mentioned it yet, but these can be done in any order. So for my next transmitter, I decided to take on the Knight. The Knight is found patrolling the train lines. If you head clockwise around the map, you'll sooner or later run into him. He's fairly easy to kill, and once you have killed him, he'll drop the second transmitter. Our next transmitter is in the hands of the Rook, who you may have already spotted sniping from the balcony of the hotel in Gallus Seaside. Just to warn you, the hotel is absolutely full of landmines and turrets, so it's probably for the best that you just try and parachute onto the roof like me. From here, it's pretty easy to just gank the Rook, and of course, don't forget to send the transmission to H7. The final boss we'll need to fight is the Bishop, and he can be found in the train tunnel beneath Tanalov Outpost. Similar to the Rook, the Bishop will be waiting for you, and when you arrive, you'll be treated to an ambush. Just make your way through his goons, and once you've killed the Bishop, send his transmission back to H7, and with that, you're ready to return to the vault. It's important to remember that at this point, anyone now has access to the vault, so you're going to want to get back there as quick as possible. So to speed things up, I'd recommend using the nearest Runic gateway to teleport back to Shaheen Manor. Now this is the code that you'll need to jump back to the vault, so all you'll need to do is enter this into the gateway and you'll be back in no time. Now we're back at the vault, we can see that all 4 lights are now lit, and the chess pieces have all fallen. All that's left to do is to open the door and collect our loot. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, we haven't yet met the king, because he is a mimic hiding inside the vault, and he's standing as your final challenge. Hopefully he shouldn't be too difficult for you at this point, and once he's dead, you can load up on everything inside the vault, including some gold bars, which each sell for 3.5 grand at the buy station. So it's definitely worth the effort. We just touched briefly on this while talking about the vault, but the runic gateways that we just previously used is part of a much larger network of portals that you can use to traverse the map. You'll often spot these runic codes in various locations. These are all combinations that can be used at any of the portals to travel around the map. Now, I'll admit, this is probably the Easter egg I know the least about. I don't tend to use them very much, and when I do, I just brute force a combination and see where I end up. There are plenty of guides out there though, so if you really want to jump into the portals and learn about them in more detail, I'd recommend going and checking one of them out. Wonder weapons are a staple of the Call of Duty Zombies series, and Modern Warfare Zombies is no different. At the time of release, there are 3 wonder weapons in the game, 2 of which will likely be very familiar to you, and 1 brand new entry. First up, we have the ray gun, a classic weapon dating all the way back to Call of Duty World at War. As usual, the ray gun is a single fire explosive weapon, so if you want to use it, I'd recommend grabbing PhD Flopper. If you want to get your hands on the ray gun, you can either get it out of the mystery box just like I did, or you could be randomly rewarded with one by completing contracts. You can also have the option to unlock it permanently by finding its schematic when completing contracts in the tier 3 zone. Another returning wonder weapon is the Wunderwuffle DG2. I think that's how you say it. I believe this weapon originated in Derice in World at War, but I might be wrong about that. But in all that time, it's remained largely unchanged. This weapon is really good for crowd control. It shoots a burst of lightning that arcs between zombies and can kill a whole group in seconds. It does, however, have a really slow reload, so it can be difficult to use in high pressure environments, so just be aware of that. Like the ray gun, it can also be found in the mystery box, as a contract reward, or by crafting it using a schematic. The final wonder weapon in Modern Warfare Zombies currently is the brand new Scorcher. This one can only be found in-game, and at this time it doesn't have a schematic. If you do manage to get your hands on one, oh trust me, it's a lot of fun. The primary fire leaves a trail of energy that hangs in the air for a time and kills anything that it touches. But even better than that is the weapon's secondary fire. The secondary fire sees you using the Scorcher as a jet engine and launching yourself into the sky. It's genuinely a lot of fun, and kind of a great way to get around the map. Okay, finally, while not exactly an Easter egg or a secret for that matter, I'm always shocked by how many people I speak to that don't realise that Modern Warfare Zombies has a third-person mode. On consoles, it's activated seamlessly by holding down on the D-pad, and on PC, you'll need to head into the menu. I genuinely feel like it's a really great way to play zombies. The change in perspective gives you much more awareness of your surroundings, and it's really helpful to spot any zombies trying to munch on your ass. Right, I think that's enough for today. Modern Warfare Zombies is really my favourite zombies experience in years. I've had so much fun just playing and exploring the map, and it's left me really excited to see any new updates to the mode going forwards. My question for now is, did I miss anything? Were there any secrets or Easter eggs that I don't know about and weren't in this video? If that is the case, then please don't hesitate and leave me a comment below and let me know. I'll definitely be making more zombies content as the game is updated, so if you have enjoyed this video, then make sure you stick around for that. As usual guys, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, then a like, comment, and of course a subscription is massively appreciated. I'll see you next time.